USDA certified organic farm. It's owned by Nick Batty, and he produces up to 50 different varieties of vegetables, herbs, flowers, and fruit. He's been farming for over 10 years and took his current site from his father, who originally grew and sold ornamental pineapples and bromeliads. It operates on a direct sales of his products mainly at 4 local farmers markets and to a few select restaurants and chefs. This season, Nick has 5 employees and an enthusiastic supply of volunteers.
It's great for profit. Volunteers.
It's at 8 to 5.
Pardon?
Slowly. Always come back.
Can't hear me.
Hang out with people that want to hang out.
Right.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure it's got a few master gardeners. Put your hours in, see what happens.
Well, you know what I'm going to put this under, though? This will give you the time from there.
Let's check out the farm office. Yeah. So how many? 6 acres. Organic, USDA certified.
Who's responsible here now?
I don't know. Na, itt vagyunk az utolsó megállomásnál, egy 6 acre-es organikus farm. Organikus! What's that? Oh yeah, bananas! Are those pineapples?
Yeah.
Pineapples. They're all in containers?
I've got those as starts. It's crazy shade cloth, huh?
Yeah.
How much money does it cost to put up this much shade cloth?
A lot. Oh look, red pineapple, wow! Huh. A lot of them are tipped over.
Here's a good one. Pot it up. Yes.
Nagy túra, gyerekek. Sokan vagyunk, 2 nagy busszal. Legtöbb öreg. James-el mi vagyunk. Még van 1-2 fiatal leánkat, láttam még egy szőke hógot. Ott van ne. Lássátok-e? Milyen pineapple-ok vannak itt. Pirosok. What you see, James? Lettuce?
I see a lot of work. Turnips.
Turnips. Beets.
Dandelion greens.
Are these beets? Yeah.
It looks like a beet, yeah.
No guide?
Kale.
Where's a tour guide?
What do you see the main program?
So he has no good nutritional aspect. He's busy. That's why the water, the sugar is holding the water. But he has lack of nitrogen in it. And that's the main problem in the organic production, the source of nitrogen. Remember, nitrogen is the key element for the rest. If you don't have nitrogen, you have to have a relationship with potassium, with phosphorus, with calcium, with magnesium. So,
But even if you're missing something small to do that.
The center is here.
which sources were using actually?
Yeah, he's right there in the straw hat. They are pineapple.
My name's Nick Batty. I run about a 6-acre organic farm here. And I want you to take the buses over there.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
I really don't like this chicken.
Oh no. All right, shout it out first.
Yeah. I'm not used to it. All right, welcome everybody. My name's Nick Batty. I'm running a 5-acre organic farm here. Pretty much we're marketing everything we grow into Naples. So we pick and distribute everything the same day into Naples. Some restaurants and mostly to farmers markets. Today we did Marco Island Farmers Market, and then on Saturday we do a downtown farmers market and also another market in North Naples at the shops in Vanderbilt. Anyone here raised on a farm? Around here? Well, we're going to please keep questions coming, and that'll kind of take the focus of where I'm going to take this all. So we're going to walk around the farm here. I'm going to show you a couple of areas that we're doing here. Right here, this area is a transition area. For years, my dad grew ornamental pineapples here. And now I'm trying to focus growing more fruit. So this is still in the experimental phases, but what we have been producing so far is quite a small pineapple, but with amazing flavor.
The red ones we see here?
Yeah, that is a variety of, most of the varieties you see in the grocery stores are a variety called the Super Sweet or the MD2. This is a different variety that we've selected called Champaka, and we've been selecting this type for about 15 years. It has a disease resistance to, I think, Phytophthora, which is like a fungal disease.
What's your take on the white jade variety?
What's that?
White jade?
You
don't know that?
No.
Okay.
Is that an edible variety?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know.
I just started to grow a few just to try them out. Figured I'd ask you.
I've never heard of that. Is it a green variety?
I think it's white. Yeah. But I'm not sure how it looks. I just got a few plants, so I'll let you know in a year or so.
The nice thing is they replicate very well. You
Oh,
you
yeah?
can take the suckers from one, you can chop the crown,
I just replant them.
and keep going. Yeah.
Is it true that it takes like 2 years to get a fruit?
I mean, it depends how you grow it. If you grow things intensively, I think if you grow them intensively, you could probably do it in a year and a half, maybe less than
If you
that.
feed them a lot, water them.
Just keep them,
Keep them.
put them in ideal situations. But then
What's the ideal growing condition for pineapple?
pineapple, like they're a tropical plant. They don't want to sit in water, so they want water to come through their leaves because they're bromeliad, and then drain away.
Okay.
But they still want water. They want to be dry, but they don't want to sit in water.
Should I put them in the ground? Because right now they are in 3-gallon pots, or just leave them in pots?
Ideally, leave them in pots.
Leave them in
Better
pots.
situation.
Okay.
Well, I haven't had them. They're flowering right now. Now with the summertime.
What's up with the buses?
What's your connection with the restaurant, the local?
They buy a lot of stuff from me.
That's a great method.
It is very good. I've had great experience with them.
The local, oh yeah.
It's on
Corner of airport and Pine Ridge, yeah. Are these moringas here?
Yeah, we do have moringa. This is someone's doing edible plants here. All different kinds of edible plants. This is not really. I'm not doing much here. This is a young couple who's kind of starting a permaculture-based thing. And
Oh, yeah?
They got all kinds of things here.
That's what I'm trying to do.
But so this area is a transition area. We're still doing some pineapples here, but we've taken a lot of the shade cloth up here, and we're doing strawberries, and we've done lots of lettuce, and we're getting our first crops out of this area. So we're just testing the ground, see how they're doing, and everything seems to be doing very well here. So in the years to come, we'll be doing a lot more under the shade. We're going to try the summer, because the shade takes a little bit of the intensity of the sun off the plants, to grow more into the summer in the shade house. That's just what we'll try.
What do you do to make the ground organic?
So what I do is I carry a certification from the USDA.
Well, what does that mean?
That's
Piece of paper, huh?
well, it is a piece of paper, but it also you have to abide by lots of guidelines. So my inspector came out last week. They wanted to see all my receipts. They wanted to see where I bought my seed from, where I bought my fertilizer from.
You do use fertilizer then?
Well, we use chicken manure, which is a readily available commodity now from all the chicken farms. But see, so this area really couldn't be certifiably organic because it hasn't been 3 years without the use of pesticides.
Oh.
So
Are you planning to build up the soil with organic matter?
somewhat,
Somewhat.
but what happens when you look at it and the expenses of doing it, it becomes you got to wait. We will be building the soils, but it's not an instant process.
Right.
So
That's-
over the years, we will build our soils.
That's what I'm struggling
Yeah.
with too. I'm just starting out on 5 acres on Sanctuary Road, and
Yeah.
there's no topsoil, so I'm bringing in lots of mulch, but
Yeah.
it's gonna take years and years to build it up. And in the meantime, you got to do something.
There's many approaches. I mean, so when I got sand is a beautiful medium. You can grow wonderful vegetables in it. You
Oh,
just
yeah?
gotta add your nutrients.
Oh, okay.
You won't have the water holding capacity, you won't have the nutrient holding capacity, and you'll have more problems with nematodes. But it's a very nice medium to work with because it's light, it drains well. You just got to add everything you want to.
Add water and nutrients.
And nutrients, yes, and they leach out quickly.
Uh-huh.
So it's like hydroponics in the ground,
Right.
which you know. But what we do here is cover cropping. So in the summer over here, we grow two kinds of legumes. We grow sun hemp and black-eyed peas. Those grow for about 3 months. They get about 12 feet tall, and then we cut them down and mulch them into the ground for adding organic matter to the soil. You want to keep walking here? We'll walk around this area.
Does sun hemp also fixes the nitrogen?
What's that?
Is it also a nitrogen fixture?
Yes.
Sun hemp, yeah, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, you got some bananas too in the back.
Yeah, we've got all kind of mixture of things going on.
Uh-huh.
So your father started this business on this land?
My dad was specifically growing pineapples here. And then I was interested in the organic aspect of things, so I started to do farmers markets and grow vegetables. And then this business here with the ornamental pineapples, when the whole change in the dynamic of our economy the last 5-10 years, it has kind of gone downhill for a while. And so they pulled the plug on it, and my brother-in-law left about a year ago, and now I'm trying to make it my own.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what you're at. This is what we did here. We brought in So we brought in mulch here about 3 years ago, called it this high.
Uh-huh.
This is what we have now.
That's it?
That's it.
It's all gone.
Same, that nothing was done. The
What?
mulch was just left.
Yeah,
It was left here.
it breaks
So-
down.
So 2 years ago we brought in probably 100, 200 truckloads of mulch. We let it sit here for 2 years and decompose. We did add some efficient microbes to the formulation to increase the breakdown of the wood chips. Then about last summer, I just came in and pulled it into windrows, and we planted pineapple and a mixture of fruit trees here. We have mulberry and guava. We tried a whole mixture of different kinds of fruit.
This is nice, it's polyculture, not just one kind of vegetable or fruit in one place.
What I
This is
found-
much healthier system.
You know, there's a health there's a healthy system, and then there's a reality of paying your mortgage. I had to deal with starting to pay my mortgage. So when I got here, I am kind of focused on using intensive situations where I can grow crops quickly, a quick turnaround, get them to the market quickly, and do another crop in the same row. So like this is a system where, you know, after 2 years or a year and a half, you'll start getting some income from it. What I found in farming situations is you need to have a lot of different systems, and the intensive system for me seems to be the best way to create income.
Right.
And then over time develop other systems into it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is still an experimental for me. I haven't really seen any outputs of it yet, but I think it's going to work well.
Guava trees look good there.
What size truck did you bring the mulch in on?
There's a lot of mulch companies on this road, and so they wanted to get rid of the wood chips.
So just directly tree trimmings?
And it was all wood chips. They brought it here and let it break down.
Maybe like a 20 yard?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You don't go to a smaller site.
We got what we got.
Because
We weren't picky.
part of the problem is the decomposition in larger pieces.
Yeah.
It takes longer.
Yep.
Than be available.
Yep.
So what you can do is also, if you find a source for organic molasses,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
you
Speed
have
up
your
the.
mulch
Yeah.
added mix 1 and 4 organic molasses. That will help you speed up the decomposition.
It'll increase the micro. It'll feed the microbes,
It
and the
will feed
microbes
microbe to this
will eat the thing.
But maybe in Florida you want to keep it.
You sample it already. What's the deficiency you have?
No. Oh, I haven't done these samples here.
Take a sample. I think it's phosphorus because of part of
It might well be.
the
Yeah.
symptomatology, but better take a sample.
Yeah. That's something I don't do much soil sampling. I do.
A better tissue sample.
Yeah.
It will tell you better.
Yeah.
What,
But you
what
can
you're-
see if you looked at this situation, there's a very mixture of different, some of the plants are looking very green, some are yellow.
Yeah.
So I'm not that high tech.
But these pineapples look much better than the ones in the container.
The ones inside over there,
they're nutrient efficient.
Yeah.
nutrient deficient, and remember when you have sun, you have more photosynthetic activity also for the plants. Over there might be limited in somehow, so it's kind of
Because of the
I
shade
did not
cloth?
fertilize them. I neglected them until about last month. But what I did notice is the neglect brought them to flower, and that's one way of bringing plants to
Are
flower.
you selling these plants?
Not really. I'm trying to grow fruit. I'm still in the learning.
I would like to have some.
Oh yeah, you can buy them.
Let's save the questions for later so Nick can carry on with his
No, bring them on. I like
prepared
a question.
dissertation there.
Yeah. So then most of my production is done in row crop vegetables.
Does your land end right here?
Nope. This is not my land. No, that's what I would like to do.
What's this yellow stuff?
That's rapini flowers. Rapini flowers. Yeah.
Is that like edible plant?
Yeah, it's broccoli rub, which is you see it in the grocery stores. But
Oh, yeah.
what we've done is just leave the flowers here, because they're good for bringing in beneficial insects. We're not actually harvesting anything out of this field right now. This is
Like you said, it was an experiment. It's an experiment.
no. This is we've done a lot of production out of it.
Oh,
We've produced
you're just not harvesting
thousands
right
and thousands of pounds out of this field.
Not right now.
Yeah, we're not harvesting out of here right now.
Excuse me.
They are not a real issue. Depends on the year. If there's not a lot for them to eat in the forest, if it's dry, then they'll be more aggressive.
Will these screens keep them out or not?
Yes,
They will.
but they'll walk. We have problems with the all the time. We do play games. We got some coyote urine from Bass Pro Shop, and we spray that around, and we've taken soap, and we've if I have a really sweaty shirt, sometimes I'll hang that in the field. They don't want to. Just be careful of ants here, because we do have to deal with them around. So we're going to keep. I'll just show you some of the equipment I use. This is a bed press right here. This is used to pull these beds, lay plastic, and lay the irrigation into the bed.
All at once?
All at once.
Oh, that's pretty efficient.
This is a very small machine compared to most machines you'll see. This is used for up to about 20 acres. You can buy this from a Pennsylvania company called Nultz, and they still supply the one that goes behind a horse. So they're an Amish company.
How much does it cost,
This
approximately?
is about $1,200.
Oh, that's not too bad.
$1,500. Yeah, it's very reasonable.
Uh-huh.
Bury that black plastic?
Sorry?
Does it bury the black plastic on the
It does. It buries it. It has these discs right here, and these wheels. So it's all one thing. So we go down the row and we drop some chicken manure, and then we come along with this behind it, and we put a bit of soil over the top of the chicken manure, and we can lay plastic, or we can just pull a bed.
Nick, when they ask questions, repeat it, because there's some folks that want to hear the questions as well. So
Okay.
just to keep
Good.
the conversation going.
Chicken manure, are you composting that, or are you bringing the nitrogen down a little bit before you put it out, or are you letting it compost out?
So he wants to know about the chicken manure I use. I mean, ideally, if you could get like raw chicken manure, you could. But first off, from my perspective as a vegetable grower, if I was to put that on my ground, I couldn't harvest anything out of the ground for 3 months due to food safety regulation. So I do not take any raw chicken manure. That's So what I'm using is a chicken manure that has been heated to 500 degrees. It's basically totally sterile. You could eat it, it probably wouldn't hurt you. And then the stuff that I'm using is from a company called Mighty Grow, and they are adding miners to it, and they're adding some microbes to it, because it's a totally inert material when you get it. Okay. For me as a farmer, the most thing is I'm getting a material that I know there's no potential for E. coli from that source, and that's very, very important. When you're growing food for people.
That's a concern in the organic market.
It's a concern for
both markets.
Everybody has the concern.
Yeah.
I don't think when you look at where food safety is an issue, most of it's not coming from the farm. I don't believe. Most of it's coming in shipping,
packaging, and shipping.
But they're just coming out with the new food safety guidelines right now. They're not going to be enforcing them for about 3 years, but they're still in the works. And so, as a small farmer, they're worried that some of the guidelines are going to put some of us out of business. But most likely, the Department of Agriculture doesn't really work that way. They would more likely give you enough time to fall into the guidelines. They're not just going to kind of throw it down.
So they're going to make it more strict? The rules, they're going to make it more strict?
What they're saying is, so if you make over $25,000 from farming, then you have to start complying. So that's the first. So they're not going to try to put too much pressure on the very small farmer. If you make over 20, then there's a bunch of guidelines like wherever you process your vegetables may have to be enclosed. A lot of it's going to be record keeping and keeping the right records.
Between small and large, is there any difference in regulations between organic and conventional production?
I don't know.
So they'll treat everyone the same if you're big or small. That's the distinction, maybe.
I don't know. And again, I think they've come out with a basic guideline, and there's still kind of some flexibility in trying to get the realities of the situation, how it's really going to affect the industry. So I think the intentions are to make food safer for everybody, and hopefully not put people out of business.
It's our government.
Yeah. It doesn't. It
don't always make sense.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yes.
Are these palms all native to here?
Yeah. This is the native cabbage palm.
Swamp cabbage. Yeah. But you gotta kill the plant. That's the wrong thing. It's real impressive, Nick. It's a lot of work here.
Oh yeah. We enjoy ourselves. We have a good little thing going on here.
Yeah. Be careful using molasses.
Yeah, I've never used it. I use it because I make my own micro formulations.
Because then you're fermenting it, though. Yeah. You're removing the hydroxyl groups to sugar moieties, because sugar will be used by both beneficials, both positive and negatives.
Yeah.
So you don't know what you're stimulating, but if you remove the sugar, then you have the free carbon. It's like fulvic acid, short chain humic acid. Yeah. Plants can make use of that short chain carbon molecule. So, I've been 35 years doing this.
Does she have red hair? Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
I never used it.
It's molasses. You see the black stuff growing on leaves? That's called pseudomulls. That's because there's honeydew insects feed. They shit out sugar, and a mold grows on it. It'll happen to your plants if you use molasses.
Oh yeah?
You can buy them all. Well, if you go, it depends.
I tried 20 years to get it to work.
Buy it in a month.
Trying to stimulate good over bad, it never worked.
Stores out
Failed.
No. In fact, according to U.S. organic guidelines, they want you to remove it from the field. So what most farmers are doing these days is after they're done with the plastic, they pull it out of the field, they pile it up, and there's just a new operation that opened out in LaBelle, and they are recycling it all. I don't know if they're working yet, but they have a massive pile of plastic there. I'm not sure what they're doing with the plastic yet.
And what about the seeds?
So, most seed companies are now providing organic seed. And you'll see you know, for example, I do a lot of business with Johnny's seed, and they will say, you know, is this organic?
A plug there.
So, and then as an organic grower, so we have to show that we are making an effort to use organic seed. We are also, if we can't find a variety as an organic seed, we are allowed to use seed that is untreated.
Okay.
And we're not allowed to use treated seed at all. But I think there's plenty of seed around. I mean, I think most of my farming is in fact respects to the fact that we have wonderful seed suppliers in this country, and they are supplying the farmers with very cheap seed. Most of the seed is not made in this country. A lot of the seed is made in China, where they're producing a lot, but there is also a lot of seed being produced here as well. This is a low area of my land right here. And you can see this is quite a nice dark soil. This is a native Florida soil. It's known as a muck soil. That usually means that this is the wet area. So in the summertime, this usually can sit in a pond right here. You go to the top end of the field over there, we have a very white sugar sand soil. That's the higher part of the field. Early in the season, I start up there where I have much better drainage, where most of the drainage is coming down this way. But once we get into the winter months, then we can start planting in the rest of the field. We had a very good crop of carrots here. We're doing a purple carrot and some red carrots.
During the summer months, you rest the land, like for July, August, September, when there's a lot of...
We are going to try to do one more crop out of here, and then we will order a cover crop and put cover crop in June.
And just let it, or just chop it and drop it, or...
We'll grow the cover crop for...
And just till it in?
For 3 months. It gets about 12 feet high. That's fixing nitrogen. That's protecting the soil from the sun, which is burning off.
From erosion, yeah.
It's keeping your weeds down. And those two crops are not known to increase your populations of nematodes. So they can help to maybe suppress your nematode populations.
What was the other one? Sun hemp, and what was the other one? I don't...
Cowpea, it's black-eyed peas.
Oh, cowpea, okay.
There's a variety called ironclad that you can find. There's a seed company out of North Florida called Hancock. Hancock Seed Company.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right. So this is one of my. This is kind of a. This is arugula here. One of my favorite crops. We also have. This is a crop of carrots, which is not. We didn't get the best take here, but we got something.
You have success with the sun hemp controlling the nematodes?
It's I can't say that we do have nematode problems.
Yeah.
But from what I understand, it doesn't build up. You're not going to increase your population. I'm not sure on how much it actually has an alleliopathic effect.
It's supposed to depress it?
I know it does.
Yeah?
You're supposed to use sun hemp in the past?
I've used it for 10 years now.
Have you read the reports on marigolds and their suppression from the U.S.? Had a lot of.
Oh yeah, marigolds would be a way better. But I'm looking for carbon. I'm looking for more than one effect, and that's the thing about the sun hemp and the cowpea, is you get that massive amount of
organic matter, yeah.
into the soil. So I think marigolds definitely, as you know, would be way better for suppressing nematodes.
When you got your tomato plants, you plant marigolds out, and I've seen them suppress nematode damage. Amazing effects.
Yeah. This is so we're using drip irrigation here. This is being promoted by, I think, by the Department of Agriculture. They've helped me and funded me a little bit to use drip irrigation as a way of being more water efficiency.
How readily available is grant money from the state or the feds to convert over to organic?
There is money available for it, but they're not just going to give somebody who has no experience money. So they usually want to see the first guideline is that you've been using your land for 2 years, and then they want to, and then you have to go through the process of applying for money, which is there's a lot of paperwork involved, and they don't just give you money. You apply for a program. You then get accepted to that program. They tell you how much money you've been accepted for, You then implement this program on your own coin. You pay for it yourself. They come out and look and see what you've implemented. And if it meets the guidelines that they've said, then they will give you money. So they're not just handing out money. I think it's well done. It's done so that they're not, I mean, there's obviously some room for dishonesty in these things, but I think the way they've done it is it promotes good practices.
Well, they got to know you're serious before they'll give it to you.
That's what they're trying to do.
I think you're in the wrong business. You should have opened a bank instead. Because then they just hand you bailout money like, no questions asked.
But this is economically viable without this grants.
Oh yes, yes.
It would be.
Those grants are a very, very small percentage of what they do is they help to move you in the direction. Is what I found is like, so I wanted to do irrigation. I had already made my own irrigation, but it was very much more rudimentary.
Yes.
There was a grant available to put the underground piping in here, and to help pay for all the piping. I would still be farming, but they help to create better infrastructure and hopefully more efficient systems.
What do you use for soil amendment, for nitrogen and compost, organic matter?
So I'm using chicken manure is my main source of nitrogen.
Do you have enough chicken manure for all of this?
Oh yeah. I'm getting a truckload of 4 tons in tomorrow.
45 million a day.
And is it already composted or is that what you do?
No, it's a total sterile. They call it kid safe friend. You can put it in your mouth. It probably has nothing. There's nothing. It's totally inert. Yeah.
500 degrees will do that.
For me, it's like it's a great thing to have.
How much does it cost? Like a truckload of chicken?
500 a ton.
500 a ton?
Yes. Yeah.
Is it? That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Or is it still cheaper, do you think, as compared to
it's
synthetic?
It costs, per row, it's costing me $18 a row.
Oh.
For your end value, it's a good price.
That's great value.
3 to 5.
And that's a lot. That's a big.
Where do you buy it from, if you don't mind? Yes.
There's a company called Mighty Grow out of Georgia. They're a very good company. Yeah.
Okay, and they deliver it too?
Yeah. Well, that's going to cost you $180 a ton.
Yeah. Almost as much as the chicken manure.
Stick your truck there.
Fill it up.
There's Chef Christina over there. If you want to go visit Chef Christina.
What is she cooking?
What's she bringing in?
The chicken manure.
$500.
Sterilized, yeah. 500 a ton. Plus 180 delivery.
Yeah. You said 4 tons?
Yeah.
2 grand?
4 tons.
Yeah, it's a variety.
2 grand of
I'm not really that happy
plus
with
delivery.
It's a variety that they grow in Hawaii this time of year. It's a very small corn. And we just tried it this year because I couldn't get the one that I normally do. I mean, it's a beautifully sweet corn, but
it's so tiny.
Very, very small. Anyone wants to eat it?
Anybody want to taste?
Running assessment.
It's nice.
Very nice.
Tasty. You have 2 dozen more of those?
When you're making your
Look at that corn, it's so short.
That's great.
So what variety is this? How do you call this
I don't
variety?
remember the variety.
And they only grow like this, 2 feet
It's a
tall?
small variety.
That's amazing. I never saw this before.
They usually grow it in Hawaii this time of year. So yeah, the taste is good.
The Midwest, buddy. You know.
You have any problem with raccoon?
You don't have any raccoon problem.
Really? That's what they say back then.
What else say?
No raccoon.
Those are the carrots back there.
You get knee high and ready to pick?
Yeah, by the 4th year. You know you got a big crop.
Yeah, you better be picking it by the 4th year. It's flooded. It's underwater.
It's big down here in the field.
Yeah.
June, July, August. You can't find these guys around fishing time.
They go up north and take their vacation.
That's over there. It was basically, it had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
There was a chef that approached me and
No,
Chef
I was
Christina
in my yard.
was, Yeah, she's trying to get people come out for a tour and they have a nice lunch.
You have some
And
over
it's
there.
starting to, it's a very nice addition.
I was out moving mulch last summer. Go inside.
Trouble with deer out here eating all your...
Yeah, I mean, this is Deer Run. So, well, I mean, there's
Beets?
always, you always have pressure from the outside, you know. So mostly the deer, if there's plenty of
delicious. But the salad will have some of those strawberries that you guys saw growing. So for me as a chef, the fact that I can base my entire menu based on what I walk through and see growing is such a privilege. There are very few chefs who get to do this in their career. I am very lucky and very grateful to do it, and it is amazing when I can feed that to individuals
carrots,
and
turnips.
you see the flavor difference from the stuff that you buy in the grocery store.
Really good.
This food is alive.
What's the suggestion of the carrot?
flavor is so vibrant.
What's like cashew,
Really.
mint, I forget.
Well, we do the farm lunches here. We have those
But it
on the
goes great.
calendar.
I mean, it
There's
goes
a
great with
card,
both of
to-go
them.
bag that'll give you my website. All the information's on there. We have 2 events posted for next season. I have one on April 20th that's going to open up in the seats very soon. If you check out the website in about 2 days, you can get info on that. But otherwise, I have cooking classes at Good Life here in Naples. About 15-20 minutes from here. We're at the corner of Airport and Vanderbilt in the shops of Vanderbilt. Sure. Yeah. So it's a cookware store and in the back
Quite a
we have
crash, man. They're so good.
and we do all sorts of classes. We had small plates class last night. We have pizza class coming up. We have bison class very soon. I'll be right away. Always something different. I use all the local produce whenever I can. Our seafood classes focus on our Florida seafood, a lot about sustainability and choosing the right items. Right here.
Good stuff.
Trying to make the connection between the amazing
Go back
things
and
we have
talk to
growing right
Martha.
around us and us being able to enjoy it. It doesn't travel as far.